So I'm gonna wait. We'll give it like 30 seconds. If not, we'll just have to restart our games again, I guess. What time PST does tourney start tomorrow? So I'm thinking of starting the tournament at 2:30 p.m. Pacific time.
All right, it's in. I'm in.
Yep, I am too. All right, here we go.
Heavily got this.
Hey, hey, hey.
I'm ready.
Eyes up here.
I'm ready.
Eyes
I'm
up, eyes up here.
This is the map. Go ahead. Take on over.
All right, so. Oh, they didn't use the advanced. Okay, those sneaky dogs. Okay, I have to put the black bar up here now.
Come on.
I know,
The
professional.
Black bar.
Okay,
They're
actually.
not using the advanced overlay by Soldier and Puppy, but you know, they're finally in the game, and that is what really matters here.
Yes. So we've got Puppypaw as the Mongols and Soldier as the English player on Bohemia. For those who missed the first intro, I'm just going to go over this real quick. This map only has 2 stone croppings. For each player. Where is the other one?
Puppy built an UV right next to his TC.
Oh, right. Duh. I forgot about that. I'm looking for stone that doesn't exist. Okay. But yes, so what time zone are you, Dr. Dab?
Central, 1 hour away.
Central is an hour ahead of me. That's right. Okay. Anyway, so there's only 2 stone croppings. The design of this, or my thought process of this, is to stop the mass stone walls that happen in games and to stop mass keep drops. So that's kind of what the point of that is. With that being said, you also notice the resources are spread across the map. The reason again for this is also to encourage people to to go all over the map. Fight for the gold here, fight for the gold here, relics, sacred sites. I mean, this map is trying to encourage a lot of action and not as much sitting back. Like you'll notice you don't really just attack in one direction, is my hope. Okay, with that spiel out of the way, let's talk about this matchup. What do you think about this matchup, Dr. Dab?
I mean, I think Puppy has to end it sooner than later, with only having 1 extra Uvu that he can build, and it's forward. So if he really loses positioning when he loses an Uvu, it could be over. But I really like his build so far. He has the early pastures. His TC's on top of the Uvu. So if he wants to double produce, which you actually have seen some people do, which was quite rare and was never utilized at all. And over on the opposite side, Soldier is just going with the typical English early farm build with the wheelbarrow.
So I played Soldier yesterday in this exact same matchup, and it was really interesting what Soldier did. I'm curious if he's going to do it to Puppy. He went 2 TC, and then he all in feudal. He did not want to go castle. He just wanted to end the game in feudal. I'm very curious if he's going to try the same thing against Puppypaw. Oh, and that match.
I mean, if you force Mongol to stay on feudal, I feel like that's kind of an advantage for English. But if Mongol hits castle, I just feel like they're going to be able to reverse the tide very, very easily, grab the relics, and kind of just retake the control.
Yeah, and that's what happened in my game. I got to castle, so I was able to get a lot of castle age units and end up winning. I feel like the better play. Oh, do you see the landmark that Puppy went up with? The silver tree. Oh, this is going to be an interesting game, ladies and gentlemen, grandmas and grandpas, boys and girls. We've got the silver tree against English on this map. I like Nyan Racing Cat. Puppy steal my build. This map is Bohemia.
I will say I've watched Nyan quite a bit build the silver tree and attempt it.
I have too.
It's always enjoyable. I always love seeing the silver tree, seeing a little bit of a change of pace, and what kind of trade setup do we think we're gonna end up seeing here?
I imagine he's gonna do the typical, use the Uvu to get a couple of the doubles, and then I think he's gonna probably move it a little further away. Would be my assumption.
Yeah, it looks like he's going with a villager all the way to the North Market already to build. Oh, shoot a deer. I think he was going to build a market up there to do the little trade trick potentially.
No, he's not gonna. That would be too many resources.
I think Nyan does it sometimes.
Well, that's Nyan, the crazy boy. By the way, Averly, congrats. We did watch part of the last game you had, so it sounds like you finally won. So, congratulations. That was you made it to the money, I think, right? Wham made it to the money, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, look what direction Puppy's gonna go. I thought he was gonna go to the left, but it looks to me like he's gonna go up to the right-hand trade market.
Yeah, that's what I expected. I thought the villager was going to build the market, but building an outpost along to protect up some of those traders and protect up the nice old sacred site.
Yeah, I mean, the sacred site defense I don't think is that important. I mean, they actually are kind of close to each other, but I don't think that's going to be the contributing factor to this.
No, but it's still an added benefit. Already has the horseman double producing. We're headed right towards the council hall that he spots out, annoying the villagers with his con, and the horseman will come up in extra support as well. And the second town center has been dropped by Soldier. You basically called it.
Yep, he's going to do that 2 TC build. I'm assuming he's going to do very aggressive. I bet he's going to do the same thing, especially because he's going to, I imagine.
Con.
Let's actually see.
GG's in the chat. GG's in the chat. The con has been killed.
I can't tell. Obviously, unfortunately, we can't tell, but I wonder if he scouted that silver tree. I would assume so, right? But maybe not. Oh, and Puppy's going for the boar.
No, it typically will reveal landmarks to you. But you don't always know, but sometimes it's right. So I would say it's like doubtful right now that he has.
And it looks like that. Oh man. Okay, so Soldier is doing a fast castle 2 TC build. I don't think he knows that Puppy is trading right now. Although Puppy's trade is pretty pathetic. 42 gold and 4 food.
But he can move the market once he's double produced a couple traders. He's also
That's
grabbing
true.
the boar for extra food right now. All he really has to do is move the market to a more efficient spot, and these trades will be booming up. He's got 6 traders already.
Did you not hear me say that? I said that he took the boar.
Oh yeah.
Just mess with you. But yes, we're definitely seeing a fast castle from Soldier. The trade coming from Puppy. I'm very curious. And actually, if we look at Puppy's, it looked like he might be going for a second TC. I'm not sure. No, never mind. He's making units.
That's a ton of vills onto the wood. You might be right. I'm not. I have no idea.
I don't think he is. I think he's just getting his trade set up, and then he's going to move his silver tree so he can get a better income, I would assume. How close is Soldier to advancing? Oh, I can look up here. So Soldier still has a decent amount to go. But yeah, this trade, if it
actually turns on, it might do something, but right now it's nothing too crazy.
Yeah, it's nothing too crazy yet. Let's look at how much Puppy's gold income is. 250 a minute with the trade. We do see a little push because obviously Puppy has scouted a lot of villagers on gold. There's not been a single unit created from Soldier in this game. He's being very greedy himself, which is allowing Puppy to really get away with this trade. I mean,
just enough when he pulls off of the gold to age up, and so it's going to be triple TC now. But once. I keep thinking Puppy's going to move the silver tree, but he's just waiting.
Nope, it's the white tower. He is not going triple TC. He's doing a very defensive white tower. I am not... I would have gone for the 3rd TC.
What does this actually, like... I mean, I guess it protects the council hall and your town centers, but, like, once you end up building your farms, I guess those is a couple, like, 1 sets of farms.
I don't believe that Soldier has scouted the silver tree, or at least he hasn't scouted the trade. I'm pretty sure he hasn't. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of this because all he needs to do is make longbows, and it's going to destroy every unit feudal composition that Puppy can make at this point. But I guess we'll just see
Wow.
how it plays out. I mean, it is gonna defend his base from raids, but I don't think raids are a concern at the feudal age.
No, yeah, that's where it's like, and it doesn't even really. It protects like the initial. It'll protect like a full set of farms on either side, and then like not even really the wood line at this point.
Yep, and we see Puppy is going Castle Age now as well, so he's not too far behind Soldier. And Soldier just lost all his army once more.
Interesting that Puppy goes for the Stepford out, even though he could be trade booming. I mean, I say could be trade booming because the trade really isn't efficient at all yet. So maybe that's why he's opting for the Stepford out. But a lot of times with this build, sometimes you'll see the curl tie just because you have so much gold from your trade if you've kept it protected.
Yeah, usually you do see the curl tie. I wonder if he's worried about maybe if he loses his trade and he wants to just have that step readout. I did hear that the curl tie is bugged to some degree, but I can't remember how it's bugged.
I know if you step out of the circle, I think you like immediately lose all the buffs.
Yeah, so I'm not sure what that is, but maybe he's just doing that just in case, so that if he loses trade, he's still not completely screwed. Let's see, what is he going? So obviously we have knights coming out. That's no surprise. We have 3 knights about to head out from Puppy. We actually don't see any...
Spears are getting queued up out of the White Tower, so that's going to be the attempted protection here.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. So he made like a really expensive barracks that can shoot at units to make some spears. But
when you put it like that, it makes it sound like the most worthless landmark in the game.
I know. But I'm surprised he didn't like make any stables to go knights or anything. He's just going arch or longbow spear. Interesting decision.
I'm still appalled that Puppy hasn't moved the silver tree yet.
And we don't have any blacksmith upgrades yet by Puppy. I'm also surprised he hasn't moved that at all either. I guess he's just...
I mean, like, at least move it, like, you don't have to move it all the way to the corner, but you can move it, like, closer to the back by, like, that other gold mine somewhere or another. Like,
he's got 16 villagers on trade right now, and he's got 14 on gold for his step readout. That seems like a mistake to me. I mean, what does Puppy need all this gold for?
well, the trade's not really providing much gold.
I mean, I think it's providing more than...
Yeah, it is with the amount of traders he has, but it's just like... It's not what it could be.
Yeah, I'm just a little surprised. I'm also surprised, yeah, he hasn't moved that out, but we'll watch that later. It's just a lot of gold incoming now. Like with Mongols, for those who don't know, if you play Mongols, when you have 14 on just this with a step readout, you're always floating a ton of gold. Now imagine doing that with these traders. Now I do see he's using his market a lot. We've seen that he's been buying food with it. So I think that's what he's doing.
Broadaxe, Iron Undermesh, Wheelbarrow, Horticulture, Veteran Archers. He's just nonstop getting every single tech he can right now, too.
Yeah, he's getting all the upgrades. Hey, Casper, thank you for the raid. I hope you enjoyed the tournament, and yeah, it was a good last game you had versus Avali, or at least it was entertaining from what I saw.
Some raids coming in, still getting villagers, as we were talking about. Like, the White Tower protects what's close, but not really what's further away. Able to get in and out with a couple of those Lancers.
Yeah, and if you look at the traders, if you look at the eco, you'll see that they're actually even in economy, like the same exact amount. Although that's because of traders, not villagers. And we're seeing obviously some raids go down. Do we see okay, the Puppy is going for relics. I was wondering how much longer it would be.
Yeah, he already has his first Imam queued up and on its way out to the relic right there on the sacred site. And I'm wondering if he's going to go just for like the relic and sacred site captures as well, to just start to force Soldier to try to, you know, have to attempt to push out at some point.
He might. I mean, honestly, though, I'm just thinking, how greedy can you be? How much gold does Puppy want in this game? He wants all the gold. I mean, he's not holding back. He wants all the relics, he wants the trade, and the step readout. You cannot be any greedier for gold than if you tried.
He's definitely going to start floating gold, and you said it, he's like constantly had to use this market, I think.
Yeah, he's been
Spend
buying a lot of
150
food.
gold to get 100 wood. Spend 130 gold to get 100 food. So he's been buying both. Has a second TC now as well.
Does he have? He has not done siege engineering yet, so he can't make any siege yet. He has the +1 ranged armor, but that's it. So he's not doing the best on the blacksmith upgrades. I really just want him to move this silver tree. Come on, puppy, just move the silver tree. That's kind of driving me crazy now.
It's been driving me crazy the whole time. I feel like after the first couple double productions, once you get like 7, 8 traders, 10 traders, like go ahead and move it. You're super efficient at that point.
And we do see that puppy did take the second boar as well. Or no, is that just deer or is that boar?
Second boar's in the southwest.
Oh, I knew
But
that.
he's moving to it now.
Oh, he is. Yep. There we go. That's what I was calling out, by the way, not the deer he was gathering.
No, I know it. Yeah, that's what I didn't want to repeat you again, but I was just like I didn't want to correct you. Yeah, so you got it.
And we see a bad engagement for Soldier. His army his spearmen just got destroyed. He did get away with all his longbows though, or most of them.
Problem with the longbows is when they don't have spearmen protecting them, they aren't too useful. And even if they have, 10 spearmen against 13 lancers, doesn't do too much. White Tower being utilized pretty efficiently right now.
Yep.
Farms being idled, but lancers nice in and out, and not too much damage in return, even though the White Tower was right there.
I mean, he lost a decent amount of knights, and I actually don't think. I think pushing to the base was a mistake. I don't think that was worth it at all. I think he lost quite a bit there. He just only got a little bit of idle villager time.
Oh.
But other than that, though, obviously he did reset the army count. We have 13 longbows in the White Tower, so it's not actually. So he still has 22 longbows.
Second and third relic.
Yep, he's getting the second and third relic, and you can just see the map control that that puppy has. He's taken all the map. I mean, he's literally everywhere. He's got the boar, he's got the hunts, he's got the berries, he's got towers everywhere. He's the greediest I've ever seen him play.
And the reason he's able to do this is just because English's army is so immobile. We haven't seen one knight come out of the White Tower or a stables drop from Soldier. So Puppy knows if he has vision, Soldier hasn't really moved out at all with military, so he's able to do this and be greedy.
Yeah, and it's kind of one of the things that that this is why you see English players go for knights in the Castle Age. Like against Mongols, it's great. Is because knights are mobile, they're strong, and against Puppy's composition, if he was going knight longbow, I think he would probably win a nice fight if he had a bunch of knights right now.
Jeez.
But yeah, we see another engagement. I don't see this going well for Soldier. I think Puppy's just going to absolutely destroy this army. He actually took out more of the knights than I expected, forcing Soldier back.
Yeah, the good thing there was he got the outpost down, has the nice old network of castles bonus in, so did get a little bit of extra damage down. Mongols getting the raid bonus, takes down the outpost nice and quick, and Puppy just falls right back to remass back up.
Yep, and he's taken the sacred sites as well, and and Soldier is just kind of trying to get his eco going. I will say the delay in getting the sacred sites is very good for Soldier because despite Soldier being in his base, this is one of English's strong points is being able to turtle like this. Like he's got a secure gold that's full pretty much right now. All he needs to do is if he can get to Imperial Age, he's going to be in a, that's when English really shines. Like you do not want to face English and Imperial if they're in a good position. It just feels bad because of that free gold income.
You're definitely right, but the free gold income from the trade that has just been nonstop might be enough to make up for it. It's almost kind of like having, 5 relics in the bank.
Yeah, but don't forget that you have to use population for that. English does not.
Ah, you're right.
And that actually does make a difference.
All right, sacred sites down. 3 relics are in the bank. So just how you said, Puppy just nonstop spending that gold in the market. And the first keep drop coming in, we know how precious this stone is.
Yeah, this is, if you think about it, this is almost a whole stone crop, right? Because I think it's 1,200 stone. So this is 2/3 of a stone mining gone on this map right now. Soldier has no stone income because, again, this map doesn't have stone, except for 2 stone croppings. Where is his second one? Right here. There's his second one. He's got 1,200 left.
Wall, yeah.
Yep. But he did get the keep up. We're just now finally starting to see siege from Puppy. I feel like this is a bit late. He should have gotten mangonels a lot sooner. And
when does your Uvu go down when you're a Mongol? Because I know Puppies has been down for a while and he hasn't rebuilt it.
I think it's like 10 minutes or 11 minutes.
So it's been down for 10 minutes?
Probably.
Oof.
I will say, Soldier, I think Soldier has seen this trade, maybe not. But man, a Puppy, I am so disappointed he hasn't moved this all the way to the other side of the map. He could be so rich right now.
I mean, yeah. He could have been Imperial 4 times over, I feel like.
Yeah, you can see how much he's using his income though he's using the market a lot. And he does have a second TC, by the way, which we didn't notice because we're slacking.
I said that earlier.
I know that. I was testing you.
Yeah. You know, we're getting late. We've been talking a while over here, but Puppy's still able to secure his trade route. Didn't allow Soldier to take anything down, and the first traction trebuchet is already starting to siege down that keep. Which, guess what? Costs stone to repair.
Yep. So he's not going to be able to repair this infinitely, and he's not gathering his second stone cropping. So this keep is going to go down.
Unless that Springald can pop up and just distract that traction trebuchet for just long enough. But the second one is there to help.
Hey, at 21 minutes and 20 seconds, we have the second Uvu being made.
There we go. It's about time, Puppy.
Yeah. Puppy was like...
He knew how vital the stone was. He was like, I'm saving this one until I need it later.
Okay, I'm looking on the map. Okay, yep, he did go to another gold mine. And let's look at Soldier's perspective. So Soldier is maxed out. He's getting closer and closer to Imperial. His food income is 1,700 a minute. If he can hold this spot, which I don't think he's gonna, he's losing the keep for sure.
He took down the mangonel though.
Yeah, that's huge. That is huge. I have to say,
he did take down one of the trebuchets as well, but still has the other one firing down and should be good enough to finish up the keep for the time being.
Yeah, and so Soldier's trying to decap this site because if he can decap a site, then he doesn't have to worry about the sacred site timer, and then he can really let himself go Imperial. I have to say, I think Puppy is not going heavy enough on the siege. Against English, you want to have like 3 mangonels with a good amount of Springolds, and then with Archer Knight, and then you crush this army. Because English isn't going to be able to get as much Springolds as you can as Mongols because of your gold income, especially when you're trading and using a step redoubt.
Yeah, English is definitely one of the 2 civs that really come to mind when you talk about struggling to transition and build a ton of siege and really match up in the siege war, because they don't have anything like Mongols or Abbasid that can, you know, build siege on the field, and then they don't have, you know, a lot of the other siege bonuses as well.
Yep, and this is one of the things also is Puppy really hates English. For those who don't know, he's like, his hatred for English is like my hatred for Delhi, and I think it kind of blocks him. I think it's a little mental block for him a little bit because he doesn't make a lot of siege, I've noticed, against English, and then he dies to English a lot because of it. In the few games I've seen, it's not like I've seen a ton of his English games, but that's what I've noticed. And
are you giving everyone Puppy's weakness?
Against English, yeah.
He finally decides to build a ton of siege, has 6 Springolds to start protecting up those mangonels he has, but don't really see the infantry army anymore. So wondering if we're going to start seeing, and there it is, the man-at-arms transition coming out of Soldier.
And we do see more mangonels coming out as well. So that siege army I was talking about is now finally going to come to fruition. We're about to have 3 mangonels on the field and 6 Springolds. Like, Soldier's never going to get enough Springolds to counter this. It just doesn't really happen very often. But Soldier is moving to the trade.
Yep. He is building an outpost, has a full set of longbows, but the full set of longbows are getting encroached upon by a couple mangonels. Yes, they'll find a couple traders, but, you know, at this point, those traders aren't returning too much. Maybe this is all just a long con. It's all debate to have Soldier's army get out of position.
Yep, that was totally what that was for, to bait him out of position. And we see that Soldier coming with a small pack of longbows. His goal is to snipe some more traders. And Soldier's actually really close to going Imperial. If he stops producing for just like 30 seconds, he's going Imperial.
He just pulled some vills, took down a Springled, but lost 4 or 5 vills for it. Don't think it really matters while he's been max population for quite a while, but having to rebuild some of this army that he's losing, but really doesn't have to worry at all with his resources coming in.
It's unfortunate that they didn't use the improved Observer AI so we could see how long the Sacred Sites have. I mean, I know they have over 3 minutes because we haven't heard the bell yet, but Soldier's going Imperial, or he should be. He's got the resources for it.
I mean, honestly, yes, Wingard's too good to pass up. But if you think about the map and you think about wood being utilized, Berkshire on a Sacred Site could just be what Soldier needs to just secure the game.
He wouldn't be able to get it down, though. There's too many mangonels. It's, But he is going Imperial with the Wingard, which I think is the correct play. We know he has at least 3 or 4 minutes left. And, oh, he's getting the Sacred Site. No! Oh, he got it. Okay. Ooh. So Sacred Site victory is off the counter now. So now Soldier not only is going Imperial, but he can breathe a sigh of relief. He does not have to rush an engagement anymore.
On top of that last gold, right as he will be able to get enclosures, he won't have a ton of gold going into Imperial Age, so it's not like he'll be able to get a ton of these upgrades. He's still stopping some more and more of that trade out from Puppypaw, but lost his positioning on the gold. So again, he gets enclosures, but that's about it right now.
That's all he needs, though, for English right now. He gets that enclosures kicking in. He has 51 villagers on food. That's going to be a good gold income. And English, it doesn't take long for this to be noticeable. I think this is where... Now, Puppy has a lot of gold, and he doesn't have to stress about gold. I mean, he has complete map control still, so it's not like he's stressed about gold anytime soon. But he's not Imperial yet. And he did lose a lot of his trade, and I don't think he's been remaking it. He has not been remaking his trade.
And there was a good old men-at-arms on the back line of Puppypaw. I'm not sure how many vills or anything that it killed, but definitely caused a little bit of annoyance. And men-at-arms raiding to the mangonels, and those men-at-arms are that exact perfect transition as Puppypaw. He doesn't have a ton of crossbows. The Lancers are trying to clear him up, but those men-at-arms are quite tanky.
Yeah, and Imperial, and they are, I think are they Imperial Age yet? They aren't.
No.
But once they are, even Knights don't do very well versus them. They're just too tanky. Imperial Men-at-Arms are so strong that I think it's going to be very, very painful for Puppy if that starts kicking in. And Soldier's economy is really going. He's got 40 villagers on food. He just needs to, if he just takes some off wood and makes more farms, he's going to be good. Oh! We missed this. There's outposts being made.
Yeah, Puppy's on the west side with outposts. Yeah, I saw. Only has a couple built, but I don't know how the villager got through. Did you? I was trying to look and see. Did he just? I was looking if there was like maybe a chop through, or did he just run all the way through somehow?
I don't. He must have. He didn't do a chop through. I don't see any chop down trees. I don't see any holes in the wall either.
I have no idea.
I think he ran around where that tower is and just ran all the way around. I mean,
this is one of those you want to see the replays.
Never mind.
Yeah,
I don't think so. Actually, no, that keep would have killed it, or at least it should have.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I mean, I have no idea.
Is Puppy in Imperial Age, by the way?
No. Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
Oh, yep, he is. I just had to look at the top.
Has to rebuild his prayer tent as that has gotten destroyed. So. Rebuilding those relics, grabbed 3 of them in, has not put the 4th in yet, has a few of those Lancers circling around for the farms that just got built next to the Wingard, and this is a very vulnerable positioning for Soldier.
Yep, he's about to get raided. Let's look at... Puppypaw still has 115 eco.
Vills.
Yep, lots of idle too. There's just a lot of villagers sitting there.
Soldier having to pull these vills away. All the vills starting to go down.
Yep. He's losing a lot of villagers. He's still at 100, so it's not like it's dire yet. But he did drop down quite a bit there.
And finally, the keep for Puppypaw. He finally is able to take it down on the opposite side. There's no way it looks like that Soldier's going to be able to keep it.
Oh, but Soldier's doing a gigantic horseman raid. He has elite horsemen, and it looks like he's going to go for a huge raid.
Onto the gold?
Yeah, it looks like he's going for the gold. I think. Well, he's looking around, I think, right now, but Puppy should be aware of it.
Soldier's down under 100 eco. He's still onto the farms, though, so those farms are all he really needs, being the English. But, you know, as the English, you'd like to be a little bit healthier right now. Horsemen diving on top of all the ranged units, but more importantly, going to be able to get on top of that siege line that we thought was so scary earlier.
Oh, yeah, that siege is dead.
Oh, that is so many resources lost right now.
Yep, and Puppy's retreating backwards. Soldier is... You know, the thing... Oh, we got Bombard Towers now. I think this might... I mean, that looks really bad for Puppy right now.
He has for this.
He was not prepared. He's getting some hand cannons out, but he only has a few.
He doesn't have the food. Where's his food income?
He lost a lot of... I'm not sure.
All of his vills are now getting raided. He's getting crushed. Oh, how the turntables.
You said that wrong. Now the tables have turned.
I know. It's
Oh man, and you know the only thing I'd like to see from Soldier is putting like 20 more villagers on food from wood, but I don't see what Puppy can do.
I mean, the horsemen are just gonna non-stop flow in, and not only horsemen now, it's men at arms, it's knights, and Puppy's whole entire army's got it cleared out. He's down to under 20 military.
No, Chad, I didn't get the reference. I've never watched The Office. Leave me alone. Yeah, I think this is over. Yep, and there's the GG from Puppy. Wow, I really thought Puppy was in a fantastic spot, but I just don't think I don't think he pushed the advantage.
Oh. It was quite the nice game by Soldier, able to hold it out and just show that, you know, English turtle defensive play is always a viable strat if you don't punish it.
Yeah, that was very well played by Soldier. Obviously, taking a game off Puppy is not easy, but if we look at the gold count, Puppy had 36,000 gold.
I wonder how much. I wish it was like we had more statistics to see how much he traded away.
Yeah.
I feel like he traded away 25,000.
I mean, yeah, I definitely think Puppy shouldn't have lost the game in the position he's in. I think he was too late on his siege transition, and then, I mean, that horseman switch, when it did finally come through, he just was not ready for it, and it just absolutely destroyed him.
Oh. Think about if he had ever moved the silver tree.
I know, with how much time he had, he could have... That silver tree...
And I mean, not only does it bring back